Sharp, cut you. Sharp, cut you. Shh, sharp, cut you. Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to take this another $1 knife that I got from a dollar store, and I'm going to take this piece of plywood. I'm going to lay the knife on it. I'm going to trace out this basic outline, the basic shape of this knife, and then I'm actually going to sand it down and shape it into a knife out of the piece of plywood. And I've seen other people do this, something like this, but normally not out of plywood. But I think it'll be neat with the plywood because with the different layers, as you're sanding in, some of it will show up, some of it won't, and I think it'll have kind of a neat finish at the end. Of course, this knife won't actually be able to be used per se for cutting things. It's not really going to hold an edge. It's not going to stay sharp just because it's wood, not metal. Metal has a better chance of staying sharp than wood does, especially since it's wood. But anyway, let's go on and get started on that. Pretty simple process. We'll just lay this out on here, trace out the basic design, then we can just go from there and do kind of whatever we want to do with it. And then take a look at it at the end and see what it looks like. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is probably make a line right in here somewhere on both sides. I'll finish shaping the rest of this, come up to the line here and finish cleaning up the overall shape of it. And then make a line here and here somewhere, just on the same on both sides. And I'll go on and run it up against this disc sander and go on and start bringing this down to a more of a blade size, blade thickness. And after get this down and get it more kind of an overall knife shape with a thinner blade on it, then I'll start shaping the edge on the blade itself and be able to go from there and soften the handle down, soften all these edges, and final shaping and everything on that too. So let's go on and do that. Alright, so to save some time, I took this back over to the bandsaw and I just ran it down here and down here and then cut it across to take up, going to take a lot of that material out, just so I wasn't spending a whole lot of time over there messing with the sander and wearing the sanding belt down and everything else like that. This is going to get me a lot closer. This was the original line I was going to follow, but I think now what I'm going to do is I'll leave this point here. I think I'm going to shift this point up just a little bit to leave the more of a handle coming in, behind the blade. So it'll just come up to here somewhere in this area, and then I'll finish sanding that out and getting this all flattened down, and then start putting an edge on the blade itself. So let's go on and do that and continue on with it. Kind of looks kind of neat even just like it is, but we'll clean it up some more and give it a little more detail and everything. So I've got it down pretty much where I want it, fairly even, centered the blade and everything. So here it is pretty much. The handle just kind of went over and shaped in a little more. I've got some more sanding. I'm going to do some hand sanding on it. Slight bit uneven here, but overall you can tell, you know, you can see what it is. It's a knife made out of wood. It's really neat, I think. Just one solid piece of wood. And you can see right here, I was talking about where the layers of the plywood come out in the handle, and like even here on the blade and everything. But overall, I think it came out really neat. I'm gonna do the finish sanding, and I'm just gonna put a coat of baby oil on it to dress it up and kind of pop everything out. We'll take a look at it at the very end and see what it looks like. So there it is. It's a knife made out of plywood. See down the edge. It actually does have a slight edge. I mean, if you push down real hard, it might cut you, but probably not. But like I said, you can see kind of shape the handle and everything. The oil, of course, brought out a lot more of the detail and figure and everything in the wood. I like the way the plywood came out, the different layers, and just kind of gave it more character and everything like that. Like I said, it does actually have an edge on it, albeit a small one. It is there, but there you go. That's how to make a wooden knife out of basically nothing but wood. So that's going to do it for another one. Thank you all for stopping by. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And then when you subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of my upcoming videos. I always appreciate you all. Thank you all. We'll see you next time. Take care. This lighting is terrible. Where was I going with this? All right.